Hey there, welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. So let's make a wreath, and listen here. We're not going to cut the mesh, and we're going to stack this mesh and do it all at once. So there's no cutting, no fraying, and it's really easy to do. And the best part of this is a wreath kit from the Wreath shop. So make sure you check out the description link below and get your kit today. Okay, so you're probably wondering, Julie, what are you thinking with these colors? They're a little kind of different. Yes, they are different. And this is a kit that you can get from the Wreath shop. What you will get in the kit is these 3 rolls of mesh, a 16-inch wreath frame, this amazing new kind of burlap ribbon that has a lot of structure to it, which I just love so much. And then you're going to get a sign. But what really brings these colors in is this, and let me tell you a little bit of the story. So I was in Chicago a few weeks back, early June. I went out to Craig Bachman. I flew out there and I met Sarah from the Wreath shop, and I saw this ribbon. If you saw my stories, you saw me going down the rows and rows and rows of ribbon. They had literally had thousands of rolls of ribbon. And this one just spoke to me, and I'm going to tell you why, because it reminded me of my mom. And if you guys have been following me for a long time, most of you probably know that my mom died when I was only 18 years old, and she was a very big crafter and a seamstress and all the things. And that's kind of where I get my craftiness from, that I believe. So I don't know if you guys remember, but do you remember these colors being the colors back in the early 90s and late 80s, that country blue, that burgundy, kind of the rust orange here? Well, I saw this ribbon, and basically we saw this ribbon and we designed a whole wreath around this one spool of ribbon. And we're going to add this, which I really love, that country blue vibe thing going on, and this peach. I think with all of these elements, this is going to be such a pretty wreath. So you can get this kit. So what do you get in the kit? You get the frame, the mesh, the 3 rolls of ribbon, this roll of like a burlap check, and you get the sign. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this wreath, guys, and I'm going to do a voiceover. You guys seem to like that. It makes the process go a little bit faster for you. So make sure you get the link that's in the description box below. And I will try to do my best to remember to leave the link in the first comment. I'll try to pin it. But listen, if you do not get these kits soon, they will be out of stock soon. That's usually what happens with any of the kits that I offer here over on my YouTube channel. So go over to the Wreath shop, find my link in the description box below or in the comments, and get your kits to do this. And I think that this is a perfect wreath for summer into fall. So this is a really versatile wreath that's going to be good for several seasons. And a lot of people like that. So if you're a maker and you just want a wreath to be up for 6 months, this would be a good wreath. Or if you're a seller and you want to offer options that people like to save a little bit of money, this is a great way to do it. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to use this collapsible ultimate mesh holder from Susie's, and we are going to use it. Is it necessity for this wreath? No, but will it make your wreath easier to put together? Absolutely. If you want one, you can get the description. In the description box, there's a link, of course. I'm going to just basically, we're going to layer each of these meshes on top of each other, because this is going to make our process a lot easier, and it's going to make it a lot faster. So you're just going to gather, and then we're going to take our wreath form, which is 16 inches in diameter, and we're going to use it on bar 3. As you can see, I tapped on each bar. So you've got bar 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I am only going to use bar 3 for this wreath. We're not going to put the mesh on an alternative wire, and we're going to keep it very, very succinct to everything. We're going to keep it all very what do I want to say? Pretty uniformed here, okay? So you're going to just make a loop, and I took 9-inch lengths. And so while I was doing this, I chose to use the pipe cleaners. Now, you need to understand that the pipe cleaners and the zip ties, and I didn't choose pipe cleaners, guys. I chose a zip tie. There are days where I wonder about my sanity, because I'm like, how do I not know the names of things? I know this is something that happens the older you get, but as you can see, 9 inches was the length I did, and I did about 4 of them per section of this wreath form. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to end it, and I kind of like the look of what it's already doing. I think the color is really pretty, but it's not going to look like this. It's going to look so different. But we're going to overlap where we started, and then we're going to connect it with our, not our pipe cleaner, Julie, it is a zip tie, zip tie. As you can see, sometimes I don't always hit the zip tie. And then you're going to cut and have about 2 to 3 inches hanging off. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take that to the back of our wreath so that we can kind of hide that finished product. So I'm going to cut it, I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to just take a zip tie and I'm going to connect it to the wreath form just so that it gives it a little bit, you know, so that there's no fraying, no loose pieces being shown. So this is literally a no cut, you know, you don't have to get the wood burner out. You don't need any of that. So now is the time where we're going to really reveal all the beauty of the mesh. We're going to separate it. So you're going to pretty much alternate the colors to whatever you want. So I started with the burgundy, the peach, and the blue. So now we're going to do the peach, the blue, and then the burgundy. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I kind of sped it up just a little bit for you. But you're going to do the same project or same method all the way around. It's pretty simple and pretty easy to do. So this is what's going to be really, really pretty about this wreath. And here it is. Isn't that beautiful? I wouldn't have saw these color combinations if I hadn't have picked out the ribbon. So I feel like sometimes we look at things where like we don't see the beauty until we see that connecting thing. So as you can see, I just finished it all up here, and now we're going to get out the brown ribbon that I got that has a little bit of a structure. But before we do that, I need somewhere for that brown ribbon to attach to. So I'm just going to take these pipe cleaners. Again, pipe cleaners do not come with the kit, so make sure you have some. And I'm going to place some pipe cleaners every 2 poofs. Does that make sense? So you've got 1, 2, and then we're going to skip and go to the next one. So there's always going to be 2 poofs in between each of these pipe cleaners. So I'm going to go around and do the whole wreath like that. Okay, so now it's time to get this, it's like a tinsel burlap, like a jute burlap, and it has some structure to it, and that's what I like about it. You're going to just gather it, and now you're going to go with those pipe cleaners, you're going to go and just kind of twist them about twice, because we're going to still use those here in a minute. And then you're going to measure about to the next pipe cleaner, maybe give another 1/2 inch or so, and you're going to go all the way around your wreath like this. This is just really simple to do. So you really can't mess this up. So I'm just going to kind of play with the mesh and the ribbon here and just be really careful with it, because it can kind of pull apart from itself. So we just need to be careful with that. Then we're going to put the sign on our wreath. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take 2 of the pipe cleaners and we're going to twist them together to form a larger pipe cleaner. I know that there are pipe cleaners that are longer that you can get, and I do know that Sarah does carry some of those, so you can add those. But we're making a pipe cleaner for the top and the bottom of our sign here, and we're just going to go through the little hole. That's what's nice about this sign. There's no hot glue to use. You're just going to be able to take these pipe cleaners, and then I twist it to give it a little bit more support, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. After I get those 2 pipe cleaners in there, we're going to actually put it on our wreath before we put any of our ribbon on our wreath. So you're just going to take it, make sure those pipe cleaners go inside the hole that the wreath leaves you, flip it over, and then just secure it on the back of your wreath frame. It's really that easy, and just twist it really good. Make sure it's going through 2 different sides of the wreath frame, and you can even wrap it around a few more times if you're worried about it not staying. All right, so you're going to do that to the top and the bottom, and then we're going to get the ribbon out. And we're going to get a stapler out. I know, kind of weird, huh? So we're going to do this with 15 inches. And I wanted to kind of keep this kind of loopy. And we're going to just loop these ribbons together like I'm showing you right here. I'm just layer. Why is layer? Okay, I'm going to layer the ribbons on top of each other. I don't know why that's such a hard word for me right now. But as you can see, guys, I just voiced this over. We're not going to take 5-6 takes on this. So, and I know you guys will love me for it, but we're going to take a stapler, and I ended up doing 2 staples for these, and it just kind of holds it all together. And then I'm going to gather it, and then we're going to put it right where those pipe cleaners are. I'm going to twist it really good. And then you're just going to fluff up those bows. You probably can hear my dog right now. She's barking at the kids. But yeah, if you have any techniques on how to get a puppy to stop barking so much, I would greatly appreciate it. Maybe leave it in the comments for me. But as you can see, we're just putting these little kind of bow bundles together. And I just like the kind of whimsy that it gave us. Now, I'm showing you where we're going to put our regular bow. So I don't need one of these bow bundles right here. You don't need that. See, I even gave the little no gesture. And then I'm going to keep adding them until we have it all done. So I just wanted to show you again this process. I sped it up a little bit so that it can go by a little bit faster. But I hope you guys like this. This was a fun wreath to make. And again, it reminds me of my mom. I don't know why. I think it's the colors, and these were the colors that she liked. So sometimes, nostalgia wins over. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to make a bow. And I'm going to get out that this twine ribbon, and we are going to put it on our Pro Bow the hand. Oh, no, this isn't Pro Bow the hand. This is the Pro Bow, the 4-in-1. And we're going to make 6-inch loops, okay? Now, I'm going to do 2 loops on each side, all right? Because we're going to skip the second set of loops, all right? But we're going to go to the 6-inch, and we're just going to gather it, and you're going to set it into your bow maker. And then you're going to cut off your tails. I ended up cutting these tails off. And the main reason was I could have kept them on, but when you make a video and you want to take out the background, it doesn't always help when you have ribbon like this. So I'm going to take the really pretty ribbon now, and we're going to put it on our bow maker. And the key here is to twist. See how the bad side was showing? We got to make sure that you twist it before you put it down between the 2 dowels, okay? It's really that simple. Now, we're going to do these at 5 inches. So I did 3 loops on each side, okay? I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it gets a little monotonous if I show you everything. But we're going to do 3 loops on each side. And then we're going to cut a length for the tails. Then we're going to take the peach colored ribbon, and we're going to go to the 4-inch spot. And I'm going to do 2 loops on each side. Pretty simple, straightforward. And then you will cut off a tail. So 2 on each side, and then we'll add our blue. Now, if you want to do something by hand, I have so many bows, guys. You can go watch my bow tutorials. I will leave the playlist down below for you, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to get one of these. Again, you can buy them off of Amazon, and I have a link for them in the description box. I really love this blue ribbon. It's really a close second to that floral ribbon for me. But we're going to do the same thing we did to the orange. We're going to keep it at 4 inches. I probably should have done this more at like 3.5 inches, but I didn't. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a loop of about 3 inches here, and we're going to bring it back, but we're not going to go to the other side. This is where it's going to be like the button of our bow. So we're going to cut the length there, and then we're going to take a pipe cleaner because your girl forgot to put the pipe cleaner in first. Always put the pipe cleaner in first, guys. It's just easier. I promise. It's just easier. So you're going to see me bring that up, and we're going to just really work on bringing that up. I'm going to cross the 2 pipe cleaners here, and then I'm going to kind of like bring that pipe cleaner down so that we can make sure that that's gathered really good. So this is the hardest part of the bow making, is bringing that ribbon or that pipe cleaner down. It's really pretty easy. And then you're just going to twist it on the back, and then I took another pipe cleaner and I ran it through to have a longer stem to attach this to the wreath form. So it's really, really easy. Okay, so we're at the end here, and you really can put this ribbon wherever you want, this bow. Okay, it's really up to you. But this is where I'm putting it at the bottom, and I like to have the streamers or the ribbon tails kind of flowing down. But you could really just kind of do whatever you want with it. But remember, you can get this kit. You can get all these colors, all this ribbon from the Wreath shop, and I will link it down below, okay? But I want you, if you watch this whole video, would you please leave me a blue heart? And for extra points, maybe write the word mom, because this is what this wreath reminds me of, my mom. So I had so much fun making it, and I'm going to show it to you here in a moment, hanging on the door in the studio. But I did just kind of like dovetail my ends of my tails here, and it's pretty easy to do. I mean, I do this a lot. You guys see this a lot. But if you're not subscribed, would you hit that subscribe button and make sure to click on that notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when I'm always on here. So this is what it looks like on my door in my studio. You can kind of see a little bit of my greenery and my clock in my studio. Soon we're going to have a video showing you the studio. But listen, thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday night. Bye-bye.